what I did was I kind of took a few pieces of paper and practiced drawing with the Sharpie and kind of making these doodles and these birds and things. And then I thought, okay, I'm ready. And so I just started drawing on the wall. And what's really fun is that my then 6-year-old helped me with it. She came in and she's like, we get to draw on the walls? Only this room, do not draw on anything else. I'm Beth, and this is my handmade home in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm from Florida, so finding things that remind me of Florida definitely influences my decor. I'm drawn to things that, of course, maybe look more like the sea or the ocean or the coastal areas. One thing that we had wanted to do, or I wanted to do, is I really wanted some great palm wallpaper in this powder bath. And so I thought, you know, maybe I'll just give it a go and we'll just see what happens. And like I said, I kind of painted on some practice rounds and then I felt good about it. The nice thing is I got to pick out the exact color green that I wanted, and so that was a real advantage. I always say that I've never met a pattern I didn't like. I mean, I am so drawn to pattern and sometimes I really have to be reined in. So this is our laundry room, and this is where we use the Sharpie to kind of create this wallpaper effect. And my youngest daughter, who's 7, she actually helped me. She left me, I didn't know she was gonna do this, and she left me a sweet message, which I love because when you're in the laundry room and thinking of the mundane, like laundry, it's always nice to have a really precious message like that. If you spend as much time in the laundry room, you need to enjoy it, and it should be a fun space. I definitely like to get my kids' input. For example, my girls share a room, and so we talked about colors. So I have a daughter who is 7 and one who's 13. One is a huge fan of pink, one is not so much a fan of pink. So I think doing the blue walls and then adding in the pink accents really serve to kind of appease both of them. My son asked for a garnet and gold room because we are Florida State fans and he loves Florida State. And you know, it really was fun because he ended up with a red dresser. And I found this great bamboo kind of gold-ish lamp. And I'm like, there we go, we've got your Florida State in there. And it doesn't feel like it's a sports theme room. So I think you can take elements that children give you and incorporate those in different ways. Well, this is my kids' playroom. It is so overwhelming, especially when you have multiple children, to know what to do with all of their artwork. Really, I think what kind of it creates is almost a wallpaper in a way, with the just using the black tape to put it, and it's very graphic. And I think it really makes the space very whimsical and fun. And it's fun for them to walk in and see the things that they've created. You can see, set up a couch. I definitely want them to have some good seating areas and places that are comfortable for them. If you're thinking about designing, you know, your own bedroom, you want to come into a space that feels welcoming and feels good. And so the same thing for children. Children won't hang out in a room if it's not practical. And so I think thinking about, well, how would they use this? I mean, do they need a table where it's really easy, just wipe it off in case marker gets on top of it? I have got some great tables that have Formica, and people don't usually think about Formica, but it actually can be really pretty and really easy to work with. I definitely want to get their opinions because I want them to love their room. I want to love my bedroom. I want the kids to love the spaces that they're in. Mary and Wilma is the name of my company, and it's actually named after my maternal and paternal grandmothers, both of whom were very different, but also very special to me. Really, I'm devoted through Mary and Wilma to finding antique, vintage, and funky finds that hopefully bring joy to people in their homes. Really, I source my items from everywhere. I'm always looking really for great pieces that might not even work in my home, but I know really deserve a second story and have great function and form and are beautiful and also interesting, that could tell a story in someone else's home. The sky's kind of the limit. I love to look for beauty in all places. I also love these vintage paint by numbers. I had really originally bought them to sell, and we just gotten back from Disney World. I'm a huge fan of the tiki room with the birds, and I just kind of fell in love with them. For me, it's kind of a a gut feeling. I think sometimes people are, you know, it's almost paralysis by analysis. They just cannot make a decision. I really feel like if you are drawn to a piece, you know, if you're in an antique store or there's something that you just fall in love with, I think there's a reason. I think your gut is saying, this belongs in our home. You know, buy the pieces that you love. If it speaks to you, I think it will definitely work. And then you can feel, and then you walk in and you fill your home with things that you love. When you walk into our home, it doesn't feel like anybody else's home. And I think your home should be an expression of who you are and who your family is. And so I really want people, I want it to be comfortable. I want them to want to stay in our home. You know, that's the biggest probably compliment for me, is that people just walk in and feel at home. Like this video and subscribe to Handmade for more home tours just like this.